Good morning, ma'am. Good morning, ma'am.
Kids.
Ma'am, you are not
Okay.
audible.
Am I audible now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So how the vacations going on?
Ma'am, great.
Enjoyed?
No, ma'am.
Why?
Good morning, ma'am.
Studied.
Why didn't enjoy?
Studied.
Oh, then it is good for you to study. You must study. You should study. हाँ जी. So guys, what about the projects? कहाँ तक पहुंची projects की कहानी? Guys, you were doing the chapter market around us, right? Children, am I audible to you? Kids, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am.
So I was asking you doing chapter market around us, right? We have to continue with
Yes,
that
ma'am.
only.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Okay, so
ma'am.
give me 5 minutes. We are just arranging the PDF. You also keep your books and notebooks open. Okay?
Okay, ma'am. Good morning, ma'am. Good morning, ma'am.
Good. So till where have we done? Market around us. How much have we
Ma'am,
done?
we have to start with the second page. The third method is do the
Quite
mandis in
cool.
the.
So we were talking about how the farmers sell their product in the market, right? उसमें पहला प्रोडक्ट पहला तो ये था कि भाई they can or you can say they have to sell it to the traders from whom they have purchased it because they demand it कि भाई आपने हमसे ज्यादा हमें खरीदा हमसे आपने एडवांस लिया था और अब आप हमें ही बेचो कम रेट्स पे this is what the traders ask the farmers to do and the farmers are bound to sell their produce to them at the lower price even though they know if they'll go out they can sell it at a higher price but they are bound to sell it to them, right? This is first method. Second method we had that they could go to the local mandis, the village mandis जो कि साल में एक बार लगती है या महीने में एक बार लगती हैं and वहां पे they can sell it directly to the retailers, है ना? तो वो चीज एक सही हो सकती है. And next what we have is the third method. Now we'll read it today. चलो Dev, read the third method now.
Okay, ma'am. The third method is the mandis. Is the mandis in the small and large town. The mandi may be located at a distance of several miles, and therefore the farmer has to make special efforts to carry his produce to the mandi. In the mandis, there are brokers or dalals who help the farmers to dispose of their products to the wholesalers known as arhatiyas. The wholesalers may dispose of the agricultural products which they have purchased from the farmer to the retailer or floor mills and processing units. For instance, in the case of the cotton, the wholesaler sells to the cotton grinding factories or cotton ginning factories, and in the case of flour grains like wheat, he sells to the flour mills or to the retailer. All these examples of unregulated markets. Unregulated markets have many defects. The condition in the mandis or the markets are very poor. The method of transaction is generally against the interest of the farmers. The number of intermediators and the middlemen between the farmer and the consumer are too many, and the margin going to them is too large. The margin going to them too is large. The farmers do not get information about the ruling price. As the result, farmers have to accept whatever price is given to them by the traders. So to solve the problem of farmers, Government of India opened regulated markets. Regulated market. A regulated market is started under the law either of any specific commodity or for a group of commodities. Such a market is administered by a market committee, which consists of representatives of the state government, the legal body, as for instance the district board, the traders, the commission agents or dalals,
Dev, wait बेटा wait
and
wait देव सब पढ़ लोगे आज ही बेटा इकट्ठा एक साथ. Right. So the third method is to send the produce in the mandis which are in the cities, right? अभी जो शहर की मंडीज होती है, large towns होता है, यहाँ पे they don't only get the retailers but they also get to see the wholesalers, right? This mandi may be located at a distance of several miles, काफी दूर हो सकती है ये मंडी, right? And therefore the farmer has to make special efforts to carry his produce to the mandi. वहां तक ले जाने के लिए स्पेशल एफर्ट्स करने पड़ेंगे, राइट? मंडीज में दे आर ब्रोकर्स और दलाल जो कि फार्मर्स को हेल्प करते हैं उनके प्रोड्यूस डिस्पोज करने के लिए, राइट, टू द होलसेलर्स जिन्हें हम कहते हैं अरहतियास, राइट? अब होलसेलर्स जो है वो उनसे कल प्रोड्यूस लेके चाहे तो रिटेलर्स को बेचें, चाहे तो वो फैक्ट्री वालों को बेचें, राइट? किसी को भी बेचे. फॉर एग्जाम्पल अगर मैं कॉटन खरीद रही हूँ और मैं होलसेलर हूँ, इफ आई एम बाइंग कॉटन देन आई सेल इट टू द मिल ओनर, एंड इफ आई एम बाइंग व्हीट देन इट आई विल सेल इट टू द फ्लावर मिल्स रिटेलर, राइट? Okay. Now all these are the examples of unregulated markets. जो भी हमने मंडीज पढ़ी या फिर डायरेक्टली मनी लेंडर को मार्केट से सामान सेल करना या फिर विलेज मंडीज में जाना, these are examples of what? These are all examples of अनरेगुलेटेड मार्केट्स. कैसे मार्केट है ये? अनरेगुलेटेड मार्केट है, कोई रेगुलेशन नहीं है, कैसे भी मर्जी पे अनशन प्राइस में सामान बेचते हैं. देयर इज नो फिक्स्ड प्राइस देयर, लाइक, एंड मोस्टली द फार्मर इज द पर्सन हु इज बीइंग extorted in these markets, right? The conditions in the mandi markets are very poor. The method of transaction is generally against the interest of the farmer. मतलब बाकी सब तो अच्छा कमा के ले जाते हैं, and it is the only farmer which gets a very lesser share of profit, right? The number of intermediaries and the middleman between the farmer and consumer are too many, जिसकी वजह से जो प्रॉफिट मार्जिन है वो फार्मर का प्रॉफिट मार्जिन बहुत ही कम हो जाता है, ठीक है? And the farmers do not get any information about the ruling price. उन्हें पता नहीं चलती क्या प्राइस चल रहा है, so that they can sell, they can just use a certain particular amount. Okay, so ये भी एक दिक्कत आती है ना? And so to solve the problem of the farmers, Government of India has opened regulated markets. अभी regulated markets क्या होते हैं? Saf will read.
Excuse me, ma'am. Ma'am, you have said we have to make some project on Indian heritage.
Have you made it?
Yes, ma'am.
Like in
One minute, I'm sure.
a car, not a project.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Good. What about other people? What do you guys have made? I was expecting some very good models or something like that.
हम मॉडल्स कुछ समझ नहीं आ रहे हैं.
Yes, ma'am. That's why I thought chart paper will be the best option.
Can you Google or go on YouTube and find models on Indian heritage, or you can also ask India's culture, inventions of India, yeah, फिर models on no India, incredible India, heritage of India. You'll get a lot of things. You can make any monument like Taj Mahal or any monument which are very famous in India. Things like that can also be made. Okay. If
Ma'am,
anybody
but
is
I have
getting,
made this.
and it will work. If anybody is having problems with ideas, you can always contact me. I'll give you the ideas.
Ma'am, may I read?
Yes, sir. Please.
Regulated market. A regulated market is started under the law either for any specific commodity or for a group of commodities. Such a market is administered by a market committee, which consists of representatives of the state government, the legal bodies, as for uh, instance, the district board, the traders, the commission agent, or the dalals, and the farmers themselves. The committee is appointed by the government for a specific period and is entrusted with management of the market. The committee fixes the market charges such as commission to be charged. It ensures that no dalal represents either the buyer or the seller. It prevents authority deduction from the price paid to the farmer and ensures that correct weights and measures are always used. The committee hears all the complaints and settles them. The system of regulated market has been found to be very useful in removing fraudulent practices followed by brokers and commissions, agents in the establishing market practices. They have helped farmers to secure fair prices for their produce and to come to the market without fear of being cheated. They have helped in using standard measure and weights throughout the country. Hence, it is the policy of government to convert all markets in the country into the regulated types. Now you must have understood that regulated markets are more useful for the farmers than the unregulated market. But is it possible for all the farmers to sell their products in the regulated markets? There are many factors which decide the essence of market to the people.
Okay, guys. So as we see, the regulated market होता है वो क्या होता है? It is a market which is stated by the law, either for any specific commodity or a group of commodities. Like government ने एक market establish करा है किसी एक commodity के लिए या फिर बहुत सारी commodities के लिए. Such market is administered by a market committee, right? There's a committee which administers such a market, which consists of representatives of state government, the legal bodies like the district body, the traders, the commission and agents, and the dalals, and the farmers themselves. All these are the members of these committees, and the committee is appointed by the government for a specific period and is entrusted with management of the market. Right?
Ma'am, you are on mute.
हाँ जी, सॉरी किड्स, देयर वाज एन एरर। सो आई वाज टेलिंग यू कि जो रेगुलेटेड मार्केट्स होते हैं ना हमारे, अब यहाँ पे क्या होता है कि जो मार्केट कमिटी है, नाउ व्हाई इज इट बेटर फॉर द फार्मर्स? बिकॉज इन दीज मार्केट्स दे हैव फिक्स्ड प्राइसेस, राइट? नाउ नोबडी कैन मैनिपुलेट द फार्मर्स, राइट? अब प्राइसेस फिक्स्ड है तो फार्मर को मैनिपुलेट नहीं किया जा सकता है, राइट? They have fixed the charges such as commission to be charged, कितना charge करना है, क्या करना है. It ensures that no dalal represents either the buyer or the seller. जो दलाल्स होते हैं ये भी गवर्नमेंट ने अपॉइंट किए होते हैं, ठीक है? Okay. So it prevents authorized deductions from the price paid to the farmer and ensures that correct weight and measures are always used. आपने मूवीज में देखा होगा कि जो करेक्ट राइट. सो देन व्हाट हैपेंस इज, अब आपने मूवीज में देखा होगा कि जो वेट्स एंड मेजर्स दे यूज, they are often, no, you have seen that these people slyly, what do they do is they do some no adulterative practices कि वहां पर उन्होंने weights extra रख दिए, या फिर उनके weights थोड़े lighter होते हैं या heavy नहीं होते हैं, या फिर they have put magnets under the, no, under the weighing scales. Have you seen such practices happening? Have you
Yes,
seen?
ma'am.
Yeah. So the market committees like prevent such things as well. ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं होता है वहाँ पे, right? The committee hears all the complaints and settles them. The system of regulated markets has been found to be very useful in removing fraudulent practices, right? सैफ आपने से कुछ गलत तरीके से पढ़ा था. It is fraudulent. Fraudulent मतलब क्या होता है? Fraud practices, गलत practices, right? And followed by the brokers and commission agents in standardizing the market prices. ठीक है, मार्केट प्राइस को स्टैंडर्ड कर रखने के लिए कि भाई एक ही रेट पे सबसे लिया जाए, ऐसा नहीं कि कोई और रेट चार्ज करे, somebody is charging something else, ऐसे अलग अलग प्राइसेस चार्ज नहीं करने, हमें सेम प्राइस चार्ज करना है सबसे, राइट। कोई फ्रॉडलेंट एक्टिविटी हमें नहीं करनी होती है। देन they're very useful, these market companies have proved to be very useful in doing all these things, right? Now they have also issued policies and practices, right, that help the farmers to secure fair prices for the produce and to come to the market without fear of being cheated। अब जो farmers हैं उन्हें इन market में डर नहीं है कि उन्हें cheat किया जाएगा, ऐसा कुछ होगा। They have helped in using standard measures and weights throughout the country, okay। Hence, it's the policy of the government to convert all the markets in the country into regulated type। Government तो चाह रही है कि सारे ही markets को regulated type में convert कर दिया जाए। Now you must have understood that regulated markets are more useful for the farmers than the unregulated markets, right? Regulated markets है वो ज़्यादा useful होते हैं, but it is possible for all the farmers to sell their products in the regulated markets, right? But क्या लगता है आपको कि क्या सारे के सारे farmers regulated markets में अपना सामान बेच पाते होंगे? Do you think so?
No, ma'am.
No, it's not possible, right? So there are many factors which decides the excess of market of people। अब कुछ factors पे depend करता है कि market में लोगों की excess कैसे होगी। पहला है उसमें availability of market, दूसरा है convenience, then we have credit, and fourth we have quality, right? So Gunagya will read these four types। Read Gunagya। Gunagya, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Read better।
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, actually, I was disconnected, so from where do I have to read?
You have to read from availability of market।
Availability of market. Okay. Availability of market. In most of the areas, the regulated markets are not available, so the farmers have no option. They have to sell their produce to the money lenders. Second, convenience. It is not convenient for all the farmers to take their produce to the regulated markets. Most of the farmers are very poor and they don't possess any means of transport. Third, credit. The average Indian farmer is so poor that he has to take advances from the money lenders. So he has no other option. He is forced to sell his output to the money lender or to the trader so as to clear his debts. Fourth, quality. In the regulated markets, the products of farmers are graded and then prices paid according to the grade. The grading system is in the hands of corrupt food inspectors who demand bribes for proper grading. To understand the concept of market, we have taken examples from rural India. What about urban India? We have markets in the urban areas, but these markets are different from the rural markets. In the urban markets, both seller and buyers are aware of the price, quality, quantity, etc. But in the rural areas, sellers as well as buyers are poor and illiterate. Weekly market. A weekly market is a market which is
Wait,
held on
Gunagya,
a
wait.
specific
Thank
day
you,
of.
Gunagya. Thank you, beta। Right. So Gunagya has told us about the four factors। पहला तो है availability of market। देखो, see in most of the areas, regulated markets are not available। हर जगह पे regulated markets available नहीं है। So the farmers have no option other than either going to the village market, right, or like or to going to the irregulated market, चाहे वो village market हो जाए, चाहे वो मंडी हो जाए, या फिर directly selling it to the traders, right? They have to sell it to the produce to the money lenders, right? Next we have is the convenience, right? अगर कहीं पे markets available है भी, so it is not convenient for the farmers इतनी दूर जाना, right? अब ना तो उनके पास इतने funds हैं, right, ना ही उनके पास transport available होता है, right? Because of this the farmers are unable to reach। Next we have is credit। The average Indian farmer is so poor that he has to take advances from the money lenders। अब क्योंकि advance ले रखे तो they are bound to sell the produce to the money lenders even at a lower price, तो यहाँ पे वो बेचारे कुछ नहीं कर पाते हैं। Next, quality in the regulated markets। जो भी products होते हैं farmers के, they graded and then price is based according to the grade। पहले प्रोडक्ट्स को ग्रेड किया जाता है कि आपका सामान कितना अच्छा है या नहीं है, उसके अकॉर्डिंग फिर उनको पैसे दिए जाते, मतलब उनको सेल किया जाता है। अब यहाँ पे जो लोग ग्रेडिंग करते हैं ना, दीज आर करप्टेड ऑफिसर्स। ये फूड इंस्पेक्टर्स क्या करते हैं, देन दे चार्ज कि पहले हमें ब्राइब दो तभी हम आपके प्रोडक्ट को अच्छा ग्रेड देंगे, ना ओनली देन यू गेट द डिजायर्ड प्राइस। ठीक, सो दीज आर द प्रॉब्लम्स व्हिच कम्स इन।
Ma'am,
हाँ जी
ma'am, what is the difference between urban markets and rural markets?
बेटा, देखो जो रूरल मार्केट्स होते हैं वहाँ पे यू डोंट हैव such wide variety and such wide options as you get in the urban market, right? Rural market में वही limited traders होते हैं, but urban market में there's a lot of competition. You can get very high prices, very good prices as well, है ना? So that's the difference.
Okay.
ठीक, now to अब एक और डिफरेंस आता है इसमें बड़ा इरम कि देखो जो रूरल मार्केट है वहाँ पे द सेलर एंड द बायर बोथ ऑफ देम आर इलिटरेट एंड पुअर, ना बहुत ज्यादा पैसा वाला सेलर है ना ही बायर है, राइट? बट इन द अर्बन मार्केट the buyers are also educated and the sellers are educated as well, so that is why the quality in the urban market is also a grade higher. Okay,
Okay, ma'am.
so we have markets in the urban areas, but these markets are different from rural markets. In urban markets both seller and buyers are aware of the price, quality, quantity, but in the rural areas as sellers as well as the poor and illiterate दोनों नहीं पता ये क्या सही क्वालिटी है, किस चीज का क्या प्राइस होना चाहिए, राइट? कितनी क्वांटिटी में क्या चीज मिलनी चाहिए, so they are not very aware of all these things. ठीक है, am I clear with all these things?
Okay.
चलो next we have,
Okay, ma'am.
yes चलिए Iram will read about the weekly markets now.
Weekly market. A weekly market is a market which is held on a specific day of the week. Weekly markets do not have permanent shops. Traders set up the shops for the day and then close them up in the evening. Then they may set up at different place the next day. There are thousands of such markets in India. People come here for their everyday requirements. Many things in weekly markets are available at cheaper rates. This is because when the shops are in permanent buildings, they are in a they incur a lot of expenditure. They have to pay rent, electricity, fees to the government. They also have to pay wages to their workers. In weekly markets, these shop owners store the things they sell at home. Most of them are held by their family members and hence do not need to hire workers. Weekly markets also have a large number of shops selling the same goods, which means there is a competition among them. If a trader charges high price, people can go to another shop. One of the advantages of weekly markets is that most things are available at one place. Whether you want vegetables, groceries, or cloth items, utensils, all of them can be found here. Consumers do not have to go to different areas to buy different things. People also prefer going to a market where they have a choice and a variety of goods.
ठीक है, थैंक यू बेटा, थैंक यू सो मच Iram. Now we have like weekly markets से तो आप सबसे अच्छा तो आपके पास एग्जांपल है कि जो आपने अपने शॉप्स हमने लगाई थी, राइट? अब आपकी शॉप्स कैसी थी वो, हाउ वर दोस शॉप्स? दे वर makeshift shops, आप लोगों ने लगाई and then you took all the stuff and you took it back home, right? तो ऐसे तो वीकली मार्केट्स भी होते हैं, aren't they like that?
Yes.
है ना, कि जो भी शॉप सामान लगाते हैं वो लेकर
Yes, ma'am.
वो नहीं से कहीं और पे अपनी शॉप लगा ले, है ना? So this
Yes,
is how
ma'am.
they have their markets. This is आपने लगाए थे. So the weekly market is one which is held at a particular day of the week, right? दिन के एक particular day पे लगता है वो, है ना? जो भी day हमें सही लगता है उसके according. And then what they do not have, they do not have permanent jobs. आपकी कोई हमने क्लास में permanent jobs ना लगाई थी, जो आपकी क्लासेस थी भैया उसमें आप अपनी डेस्क की हेल्प से वो मार्केट के शॉप्स को सेट कर लिया था, राइट? Didn't you do it like that?
Yes, ma'am.
We call such shops makeshift shops. क्या बोलते हैं ऐसी shops को? Makeshift shops. क्या कहते हैं मैंने?
Makeshift shop.
Makeshift shops. ऐसी shops होती है ये? Makeshift, right? So traders set up shop for the day and then they close them in the evening. रात में उसको evening में उन shops को वो close कर देते हैं, ठीक है? Okay. So
Okay.
there are thousands of such markets in India. People come here for their everyday requirements, right? अब जैसे आपने देखा था हमने जो market लगाया था They also consist of variety of things. मतलब हर तरीके की चीजें मिलती हैं आपको उन markets में. There is not a particular time. You get things of variety, right? And they're available at cheaper rates as well. है ना? ऐसा क्यों होता है? Why do we get things in the weekly markets at cheaper rates? सस्ती क्यों मिलती है चीजें weekly market?
Because they are second hand or no,
Second hand
And
में
because
क्या?
they are
roadside. They are roadside.
competition. Ma'am, because they do not have to spend money to maintain their shop.
Exactly, very good गुनाग्य. Second and vacant वाला reason ये था. The major reason is that जो भी shops यहाँ पर होती हैं हमारे किसमें वीकली मार्केट्स में, see they are not having permanent shops, तो उन्हें कोई शॉप के मेंटेनेंस के चार्जेस नहीं देने, उन्हें रेंट नहीं देना, इलेक्ट्रिसिटी बिल नहीं पे करना, राइट? दे डू नॉट हैव टू पे द इलेक्ट्रिसिटी बिल और रेंट, है ना? नीदर डू दे हैव एनी हायर्ड लेबर जिन्हें उन्हें वेजेस देने हैं, ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं. दैट इज व्हाई द प्राइसेस आर लो देयर. ठीक. So they do not have to pay wages to the workers. In weekly markets, these shop owners store the things they sell at home. वो अपना सामान अपने घर पे ही रखते हैं, घर से लेकर आते हैं, right? Most of them are held by their family members and hence they do not need to hire workers too. अब यहाँ पे एक और चीज सस्ती की मिलती है, वो यहाँ पे एक ही सामान की, एक ही जैसी चीज की बहुत सारी shops होती हैं, which also increases the competition, right? Just to beat the competition, so they sell their things at cheaper rates as well, right? They have large number of shops selling the same goods, which means there's competition among them. If a trader is charging higher prices, people can shop anytime, है ना? और ऐसे हम बार्गेन भी कर सकते हैं यहाँ पे कि भैया आपको महंगा दे रहे हो तो सस्ता दे रहे हैं, राइट? गॉट इट?
Yes, ma'am.
अब एक और एडवांटेज वीकली मार्केट की होती है दैट मोस्ट ऑफ द थिंग्स आर अवेलेबल एट वन प्लेस. आपको 36 अलग जाना ही नहीं है. यू कैन गेट एवरीथिंग एट वन प्लेस. जैसे हमारे यहाँ था स्टेशनरी भी थी, मेडिकल शॉप भी थी, खाना पीना भी मिल रहा था. एवरीथिंग वाज अवेलेबल एट one place only, right? Whether you want veggies, groceries, clothes, right? Utensils, all of them can be found here. Consumers do not have to go to different areas to buy different things. People also prefer going to a market where they have choice and a variety of goods, right? लोग ऐसे लोग ऐसे ज्यादा अपन choice मिले और बहुत सारी variety मिले चीजों की, है ना? Am I right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Next we have shopping complexes and malls. पढ़िए चित्रांश.
Shopping complexes and malls. There are other markets in urban areas that have many shops, popularly called shopping complexes. These days, in many urban areas, there are multi-storied, air-conditioned buildings with shops on different floors known as malls. These, in these urban markets, consumers get both branded and non-branded goods. Branded goods are expensive, often promoted by advertising and claims of better quality. The company producing these products sell them through shops in large urban markets and at times through special showrooms. As compared to non-branded goods, fewer people can afford to buy one branded.
Market we also have many shops which are multi-storage, जहाँ पे AC लगा हुआ है, बढ़िया बढ़िया करके shops बनी हुई हैं. What do we call them? We call them
Shopping complex.
shopping complex. Do you remember when I was also telling you guys to set up shops for weekly markets and shopping complex? I also told you this distinction कि अगर आप अपनी shop लगा रहे हो for shopping complex या mall वाली, then you're supposed to put branded goods there and your shop should be very nicely decorated and everything, है ना? Because ये जो shops होती हैं बहुत ही बढ़िया तरीके से लगी होती है, मेंटेन शॉप्स होती है, राइट? पीपल पॉपुलरली कॉल देम शॉपिंग कॉम्प्लेक्सेस एंड आजकल आपको हर अर्बन एरिया में बहुत सारे शॉपिंग कॉम्प्लेक्सेस मिलेंगे जिन्हें हम मॉल्स भी कहते हैं. नाउ देयर पीपल गेट बोथ ब्रांडेड एंड नॉन ब्रांडेड गुड्स, राइट? ब्रांडेड गुड्स जो होते हैं दे आर लिटिल एक्सपेंसिव एज कंपेयर टू द नॉन ब्रांडेड गुड्स, क्योंकि एडवर्टाइजमेंट कराया जाता है ना? एंड ऐसा भी क्लेम किया जाता है दे आर ऑफ better quality. The companies producing these products sell them through shops in large urban markets and at times through special showrooms, right? इनके कुछ dedicated showrooms भी होते हैं इन brands के. As compared to non-branded goods, only few people can afford the branded goods, है ना? But आजकल तो लोग branded ज़्यादा पहनते हैं. Chalo. Next we have is wholesale market. Myra, can you read it? Can you hear me? Aditya, could you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Aditya, you read better.
Every wholesale market. Every city has area for wholesale markets. This is where goods first reach and are then supplied to other traders. The roadside hawkers, small shopkeepers, and retailers are all part of this chain.
Aditya, what happened? Aditya, voice is not coming better. Chalo guys, I'll read. Right, so we are talking about wholesale market. So we know that every city has areas of wholesale markets. Now guys, you tell me what kind of market did we put? Was it a retail market or a wholesale market?
Retail market.
Right. We have put up a which market?
Retail.
A retail market.
Retail market.
Right. So in these, what are these wholesale markets? In the wholesale markets, goods first reach and are then supplied to other traders. Right. These wholesalers sell the goods to traders. They are not the direct consumers of the items. Right. The roadside hawkers, small shopkeepers, retailers, they all purchase goods from the retail markets. Got it? Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Right. Tomorrow we are going to discuss about the medium of transactions in the market and the exercises as well. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
अभी fill ups कर लेते हैं चलो फटाफट से. You will go to Dash Market to purchase a pencil. Market will go to purchase a pencil. Tell me, kid. Which market will you go to purchase a pencil?
Retail or retail market. Okay.
Retail market, right? You should go to Dash Market to purchase vegetables for a family function.
Ma'am,
Regulated market.
ma'am, weekly, ma'am, shopping.
A wholesale market. क्योंकि you need to buy vegetables in bulk में ना, जो vegetable जो family function के लिए बननी है तो बहुत सारी वेजीज चाहिए होंगी, right? तब तो फिर हम bulk में कहाँ से खरीदते हैं? Wholesale market से. Prices will be low in Dash Market.
Weekly market. Ma'am,
Weekly market.
Weekly.
Very good. Vegetable seller purchase vegetables from
Wholesale market.
wholesale.
market.
Correct. ठीक है चलो, let's do it till here only. Now the meeting is about to end. I'll see you tomorrow.